Hey guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we've got a very interesting introduction to this video. Welcome Josh to the stream. I'm glad there's someone watching, actually, because I want to have some immediate interaction with someone to just like get this off my chest. But yeah, basically, I don't know whether I'm angry or upset or both, probably both. And actually, I mean, to be honest, I had a really great day today, but basically just this evening has been, has just completely sucked. And maybe I'm overreacting, I don't know. But in short, today I found out like the artwork for my new Chessable course on the Garganitsa Modern, which is called the Old School Garganitsa. And in my opinion, I think the artwork was just like definitely subpar. Like, I don't know, like maybe I'm too harsh, maybe I don't have a right to be so critical. But the problem is that the artwork did not meet any kind of direction, artistic direction of the course itself. And, when I was briefed about, writing this course, they asked me like, oh, what direction would I want to write this course and like what the kind of artwork I'd want. And I really wanted like some kind of 1940s jazz chic suits kind of like aesthetic where, I'm trying to showcase that this opening is not old fashioned, but it's old school and, it's a real vibe and, people are really going to enjoy the style of this opening, right? So they asked me this and I tell them about this. And I find out today that, they've gone a completely different direction, not because they disagree with that artistic direction, but because my project manager forgot to brief the artwork team. And here I am, like, upset about this, right? So I share my thoughts on this because I'm upset. And now it's suddenly a case that, oh, but, Chessable normally doesn't even give the authors, the option to even decide on their artwork, and like it's harsh for me to be critical of the artwork because just because I don't like it or something like this, and it's just like, honestly, to me it's just like so frustrating because if I hadn't put the effort into this course, right? If I just kind of lazily written it just to make a few extra bucks and that's all that this course was, I mean, then I really wouldn't care. But I think with everything in life, like the more effort you put into something, the more you care about the finished product. And when I've put so many hours into this work and like I've literally like spent the whole month of January waking up, writing all day in a cafe before it closes. Like these cafe owners must have hated me for how often I would just go to the same cafe. I would write all day in this cafe for the whole month of January. I didn't even sightsee in Vietnam because I was just writing every single day in this country to basically produce the absolutely best work I could produce. And then basically to just hear that, like they've forgotten about this stuff and, like I shouldn't like worry about it. It's nothing to stress over. Like, it's fine. Like it's so easy for them to say, right? But it's just like, it's just so disappointing because, I mean, I think that when I see the artwork on this on this course, firstly, I don't even know what the artwork is. Like, it baffles me. Like half of... I'm too embarrassed to even show it. But it's like half of the artwork, I don't even know what it is. It feels like the clip art of a pawn has been stuck in the middle. And there's nothing in it that makes me want to click on it. Like, if I saw it, I would literally just skim over it. Like, no matter what the title said. So, basically, this is going to be a very interesting stream of tactic solving because, I mean, it's realistic that in a tournament, you get your emotions completely messed about. And, you need to somehow be able to pull your shit together and solve tactics, which is what I'm about to try and achieve. But, yeah, fuck, man. Like, it really sucks. It really sucks. And this is why I think actually like I'm super unemployable as a person because I just can't stand for this shit. Like I can't like, receive like some authorities word on like what the situation is, and just, you know, have to just accept it. It's like, I mean, I will have to, because like I literally have no authority in this situation. But it sucks. It really sucks. And I mean, like, you know, if this is how it gets handled, I mean, this, like, I don't know, like, if I can do another Chessable course, like if this is like the, you know, like how these things get treated, you know, it just sucks. Does it give AI vibes? It doesn't give AI vibes. Like definitely, like someone has made it, but it's just like, it's just so wrong. It's not. It's like not my course at all. Like, I feel like, for instance, C3 Venom, that was like the coolest cover art like I could ever have imagined. Like, I would never be able to do a better job. I only have, you know, 100% praise for whoever, you know, came up with the artistic design of C3 Venom. But yeah, this course, I mean, it's just like I had the vision, I had all of the photos and artwork required for a good piece of art to be made from it, and it was just forgotten. Like, you know, if they took that, if they took all of those artistic words and they produced something and I didn't like it, probably, yeah, I would just have to accept that, okay, we have different artistic viewpoints. But it's like, they forgot, right? It's just like, you know, it's just feels so unreasonable to me. Yeah, I mean, I really tried. I really tried to like be reasonable about it, and I mean, they are looking into changing it, but it's basically just like no guarantees. You know, we'll change it, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I said that this is what I hadn't envisioned, and they said, yeah, they forgot to mention it. I mean, it's just crazy. Anyway, hopefully this will get resolved in some way, shape, or form. I mean, I've really tried to go above and beyond to make it as easy as possible to have some kind of redesign, as easy as possible. But yeah, only time will tell if we get this change or not. And to be honest, maybe I am being harsh. Maybe I am being harsh, but it's just like when you've put so much work into a course, you want it to succeed and you don't want it to fail for a reason out of your hands. Like when, like, just to give an example of like how I feel like there's such a disparity between the level of like artistic effort into these things. I mean, there's this course. You know, I just picked up some random course that's on the front page. I think that this art is freaking cool. If I didn't have an amazing white raptor already, I'd probably pick this up. I mean, this looks sick. Like, look at this freaking samurai with this beautiful art background, like, you know, the red matching the red. You know, this looks cool. This looks really cool, right? Like, I'd be down to buy this course. And then you've got like courses like this from non-titled players like myself, and like, I mean, honestly, I love Cameron's work on YouTube. I think she's an absolutely fantastic videographer and content creator. But if I saw this, like, and honestly, I'm super glad that Cameron's course is doing well. I mean, it's like 5 stars. You know, it sold like almost like 41 Chessable users have reviewed it. I mean, I think my course only had 28 reviews, so clearly, you know, it's a very successful course. Many people have bought the course. But for me, if I wrote this course and I put all of this effort into it and this was the thumbnail I got, I would be so disappointed, because this literally looks like clip art. Like, am I just being too harsh, or is this reasonable? Like the difference between this is unbelievable to me. And it's like, I mean, yeah, maybe it doesn't make a difference. Maybe people are just going to buy it for the content, and most people don't care about the art. And yeah, maybe it's my own fault for you know, like having, I don't know, some kind of aesthetic opinion on these things. Maybe I should just be a, you know, logical, stone dead, like mathematician that doesn't I don't know, care for such things. I have no idea. But yeah, maybe it's not a big deal, and I should just not stress over it. But yeah, I really don't. I really don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, that is my rant that I had to get off my chest. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Probably not. But at least we can at least stick to our schedule and solve some tactics. So, on that note, let's actually do some tactics. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Appreciate, the condolences. Yeah, no, I for sure reached out about them. Like, the moment I saw the art, I was like, yeah, that's not right. Like, that's just not right. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I am on, like, good terms with my project manager, right? So I really wanted to be, like, honest with how I felt. And the problem is, I think, like, honesty may be perceived as disrespect. But I don't mean this disrespectfully at all. I genuinely am just feeling this way about the situation, and like, yeah, like, I don't know. I have high standards for Chessable. I have high standards for myself. So that's really what it comes down to. Title plays tax on the artwork, for real. For real. Yeah, mathematicians also appreciate art. As soon as I said it, I did think, Josh is a mathematician. Yeah, maybe this is an incorrect analogy to make. Yeah, for sure. Logical brain is what I was going for. You know what I mean. Sue me. Chessable can sue me as well. God damn it. Okay, let's solve some tactics. Jesus Christ. Okay, let me flip up the woodpecker overlay. At least I remembered that this time. Okay, I need a second to get my shit together. Okay, let's have some water. Let's relax. In a tournament, when you're feeling stressed and you're feeling not yourself, and it's your move, you need to think of two things. You need to think of the move itself, and like the position itself. Nothing else matters anymore, and your breathing. You need to focus on your breathing. You need to calm yourself down. You need to focus on the position, and you need to find a good move. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we've got queen, queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight, 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 bishop. So we've got bishop pair against knight pair. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns against 6 pawns. Okay, so also, sorry for not replying to you, Tricky. I was in the middle of my rant, so yeah, hope the rest of school goes well and you can join in for these tactics soon. But yeah. Okay, so what's going on in this position? We've got a queen and bishop battery pressuring the h2 square. There's a knight on f3 that's defending. So therefore, moves like knight g5, trying to displace the knight, look good, or h takes g4 could be a consideration. Nothing else matters except the position and the move. Come on, focus. Okay, so we've got this tension. The knight on f3 is hanging, or loose. The bishop on d3 is loose. They only have one check, which is on e8, which we've covered. Everything else of ours is defended except... No, everything is defended. Okay, so the plan then probably is to try and generate some kind of attack which maybe picks up this g2 knight. I mean, we've got ideas of check, check, and then pick up the knight. So some kind of idea of displacing this knight. So what candidate moves come to mind? We've got h takes g4, we've got knight g5. It's a struggle for me to see anything else at this point. So, okay, let's calculate these two first. So, if knight g5 and they take my knight, knight takes g5. Here, queen h2, king f1. Go queen h1 check, king e2. Queen takes g2. So now I've won a piece back for the knight on g5. I'm also seeing like this idea to throw in the rook e8 check while the king is on e2, but that doesn't seem to be in my favor. How about throwing in h takes g4? If the knight moves, then surely queen h2 is very, very strong. At the least, or we can just keep taking. So they have to take us. And then what? What about knight g5 now? If knight takes g5, queen h2, king f1. Queen h1, king e2, queen g2. They can take here. But this time the g4 pawn is hanging, so there's potentially queen takes g4 as a extra move in this position. There's also rook e8. God, this is really difficult actually. Okay, hg4, hg4, knight g5. Are there any alternatives to knight g5? I really don't see. hg4, hg4, knight g5, knight takes g5, queen h2, king f1. Queen h1, king e2, queen g2. Yeah. Okay, at the very least, right? We've got hg4, hg4, knight g5, knight takes g5, queen h2, king f1, king h1, king e2, queen takes g2. If they take on f7 and I just take back on f7. Oh no, I don't take back on f7. My idea was to play queen takes g4 check. And if they, let's say, block to gain tempo on my queen, I can go back queen g2 check. And wherever the king moves, I just simply recapture. I have won a pawn, their king is weak, that has to be an improvement on the current position. So on that basis, I feel like h takes g4 is most promising, unless I'm missing something with knight g5. Knight g5, knight takes g5, queen h2, king f1. Like, this pawn is not even hanging right now, the knight is defending it, so it just feels like a worse version. Yeah, I think by that logic, I'm going to take on g4. I really don't see anything else in this position. Incorrect. Knight g5 is correct. So what on earth did I miss there? Did my logic make sense? What did people say? Okay, Peter said I think maybe hg4, hg4, knight g5. There's knight gh4. Oh, knight gh4. Why didn't I consider that? Oh, that's so nice. So for some reason I was looking at candidates for myself, but not candidates for the opponent. I really need to get better at this, like just being more consistent with these candidate moves within a variation. hg4, hg4, knight g5. Yeah, and I guess the difference is knight g5. There's no knight gh4 because I go knight takes h3 check. Oh, that's very annoying. That's very annoying. Very nice spot, Peter. How do you spot a move like knight gh4? Like, is it just something that jumps out at you, or is it like more than methodical considering all the candidate moves for the opponent? Like, how do you spot that knight gh4? Yeah, after knight g5, knight takes g5, queen h2, king f1, queen h1, you have to play queen takes g2. There's no intermediate rook e8 because white would have knight e6. I did not see knight e6 as a move, but my problem with rook e8 was once I moved the king, then my rook is under pressure as well as the bishop. It just felt too loose, but it was difficult for me to be concrete about it. Peter says, unless there's something after hg4, hg4, knight g5, knight g8, knight h3 check anyway, king f1. Aha. Maybe why would they play king f1 when they could play king g2? King g2 feels like a better way. But then there's knight f4 check. Oops, and I lose a bishop. Right? Pawn takes, knight g5, knight g8, knight h3 check. There's no king g2. So king f1 indeed. And then maybe there's something, but yeah. Well, according to Chessable, there wasn't. Peter says, I think queen h2 must be winning. So was just seeing if there was any way not to allow it. Okay, just having that confidence that queen h2 is winning so you can spend more time elsewhere. Okay, really interesting to hear your thoughts, Peter. Okay, so knight g5. Let's see how this goes. They take. So queen h2. And this is wrong. Oh, you just take back the knight like that. That's wild. It looks so ugly. I think this is also, I mean, okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe I should just give up on art 100% because aesthetics are clearly fucking me over. Because in this position, to take f takes g5 just looks like such an ugly move. Like giving up control of e5, just making this pawn hanging. I realize that, there's this double threat. Or do I realize? I mean, I've got the threat of queen h1 and picking up the knight. So they don't have time to play queen takes g5. But I don't really see the threat of, is queen h3 to hit the bishop? God, this is ridiculous. Man. Oh, and they just leave it there? Are you serious? Oh, man. Oh, God. This sucks. Right, so they don't have a way that they can defend the knight and the bishop. It's simply... Wait, but why is queen takes h3 so strong? Oh, God. How do they defend their knight? What can they play here? Knight e3? Knight e3 is not what you want to play. I don't know. Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. What about... it's so ugly, but like, no. f4, maybe? f4 here? Then the pawn can just take, probably. f3, weaken those dark squares like a criminal. As in, it's criminal to weaken dark squares is what I mean. If that wasn't clear. But then they've got bishop g3 and the threat gets renewed. Yeah, it's just... Jesus Christ, man. Okay, let me see. Is this really like the only winning move? Is knight takes g5? I mean, it's just so tough. It's just so tough to see. This f takes g5. This position is this the only winning move? You know what? Let's just go from the freaking start position and see this. Yeah, so this, I guess, is not as strong due to Peter's refutation. Yeah, it's a really nice move. Really good spot. And king f1 is still something. Wow, knight takes f2. That's very cool. King f2, queen g3, king f1, queen h3, king e2. Bishop g3, rook h1, queen g4. Yeah, I mean, I would need to have better attacking intuition to have the balls to play this. And just to check, this would have been completely winning. This. Oh, this is not completely winning. Oh, I'm missing so many moves here. Yeah, this is like winning, but they don't have to play that. They can play rook g1. Really nice in between move. Oh man, this sucks. I mean, I'm just so glad I don't have to play this style of chess to win my games. Like, I'm just too inconsistent. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. And this knight g5, knight g5, queen h2, and then just taking back. It's wild. This is not. Oh, this is also winning apparently. If they do this, h takes g4. Wow, that's ridiculous. Oh, the knight is trapped. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh man. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the positions I used to get with the Sicilian, where I'd be like, computer advantage, and I just would fail at the complications. I mean, it's just too awful. It's just too awful. Let's move on. we've had enough misery and heartbreak for one day. Let's move on. The hell is this comment? White will soon regret putting baby in a tight corner. I get bad vibes from that comment, but okay. Oh man. I mean, honestly, like, I feel like sometimes I wish I could be even more ignorant. I feel like I'm already quite ignorant as a person, but like, if I could be even more ignorant, that would be fantastic. I could just, not even care about anything in the world and just live my good life. I remember I was at a party once, like, several years ago, and I remember, like, I was just randomly chatting to a dude, and the guy insults me because he said something like, I know we were debating some random political topic, and I know he said like my arguments. I've forgotten the freaking name of the dude. Anyway, he quoted some like super lame philosopher who everyone hates. Someone on the equivalent level of like Andrew Tate or something like this. But I was so ignorant back then that I didn't even know who this guy was. And okay, I'm still ignorant, right? I've forgotten the guy's name. But like, it's like when you're too ignorant to be insulted, life is good, man. You just like you can't even feel bad. Like you're just too stupid to feel bad. I mean, this life is just easier, man. Life is easier. Maybe that's why being a kid is so easy, because you're just so ignorant about the world. Oh man. Okay, let's try and okay. Focus. Focus. The moves, and your breathing. God damn it. Come on. Let's go. Okay, so we've got queen, queen, rook, 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 bishop, bishop, knight, knight, bishop, bishop, knight, knight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've got huge threats of like knight g3 kind of ideas with the fork on the king and the queen. Focus on the moves themselves. Come on, focus. Okay, so somehow we need to exploit this, but of course, like, when you calculate at a glance this knight g3 move, knight g3, h takes g3, and on pawn takes g3, it's not a checkmate because they can block bishop h2, I believe. And after rook takes h2, king g1, you have won a pawn, but it kind of doesn't feel like enough. It feels like we should get something more here. So what other ideas are connected around this idea of knight g3? I mean, you might want to try and involve the queen with like some d5 move. This would feel good. d5. Okay, so plan is clear. We want to try and execute some kind of like crushing attack that either wins big material or gives checkmate. What are our candidate moves? We've got knight g3 check. We've got d5. We've always got to look at our captures to see if they change something about the position. So like knight takes d4 needs to be looked at. We've also got knight f4. kind of a different kind of plan, but you know, it hits the queen, should be checked. h3 probably should be checked as well, but again, looks like it's in the wrong direction. So, knight g3 check, h takes g3 is forced. What candidates do we have here? We've got h takes g3 check. That's our only check. We can also play h3, but again, looks like it's going in the wrong way. Knight g3, pawn g3, h g3, bishop h2. I can either take with the rook, I can take with the pawn. That bishop is pinned though, but I can't find a way to add more pressure. Unless somehow I could like take on d4 and I have some winning position there, but I don't see it. Okay, so in that case, I now want to look at d5, before I tunnel vision that too much. d5, what is going on? So, I go d5. Yeah, it's a lot less forcing, so there's a lot more candidate moves, but d5, let's just imagine for 1 second that I get a whole extra move in this position. How would d5 even help my chances? I go knight g3 still, pawn g3, bishop h2, and it's the same. Like, I haven't improved anything with d5. So then I don't even need to calculate it. I mean, it literally doesn't help. My other moves, knight takes d4, rook takes d4. Has that changed anything about the position? Just a quick thing. If I play d5 and I go queen takes h2, bishop takes h2, is there anything there? Knight g3, bishop g3, pawn g3, king g1. Nothing. So what were my other candidate moves? I've looked at knight d4, I've looked at knight g3. h3 is just so wrong. It's just so wrong. I'm running out of time. I do see comments popping up on the chat, so I assume that you guys have made some progress. Jesus Christ. I mean, like, there's so many other things in this position as well. It's just that stupid prompt, like, threw me off. I mean, I'd also consider moves like e5 or, like, taking on f5. I don't see how this changes anything. I really got nothing here. I mean, all I can keep saying is at least I don't have to play this bloody style of chess. Like, thank God. Thank bloody God. It's like, you know what this is? This style of chess is like how, you know, some human beings, unfortunately, grew up in a time where they had to fight a world war or something like this. And it's like, regardless of who you are, what your personality is like, you have no choice. You have to fight in this war and you have to fight to the death and you have to try your best. And yeah, that utterly sucks. That utterly sucks for someone who's not into this stuff. So, you know, thank God. Thank God that, you know, as a chess player, I have the freedom to play in the style that suits me, because Jesus Christ, if I had to make this attack work and my life depended on it, I would I would be the first one to die in this freaking war. And I have died many times in this style of chess, unfortunately, with winning positions against titled players. I just can't deal with these complications. And with 4 seconds on the clock, I don't know what else to play. Is it? I mean, we just win a pawn. We just win a pawn. I don't know. Is it again a problem of not looking at candidate moves in within a variation? Like, is d5 now like suddenly like super good? Okay, let's do this properly again. Candidate moves. As much as I despise this, h takes g3. d5. I mean, d5 looks right somehow. d5 looks good because they can't take on h4. Because rook takes h4, bishop h2, queen h2, mate. So d5 at least looks good for that reason. If d5 and they take on d5, how does that even go? I don't even know. It's so complicated. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. hg3, bishop h2, rook takes h2, king g1, and happy days, we're up a pawn. Oh, piss off. Rook h2, king g1, and now you take on d4, rook d4, and queen c5. And the idea is that you're just going to win this rook because you've got e5 coming up. Is that the point? Like, Jesus Christ, like, I hate this stuff. It's actually so bad. It's so bad. Like, how anyone can enjoy doing this, it's beyond me. But so many chess players love it. I just don't get it. I do not get it. Bishop h2, rook h2, king g1. Is that all forced? That's all forced. Okay. And then we have time to take on d4. They take back with the rook. And we go queen c5. And in that position, what if they play queen e3? Again, I'm not looking at my candidate moves properly, but already here, at least I have bishop g5. If they take my bishop, I take their rook, and I win material. Insane. Bloody insane. I guess... Oh, and they stopped there? Yeah, fuck you, Woodpecker Method, this stupid book. And they're just going to say this is winning? Black has already won a pawn and wins by moving the next rook to h8. Or by using the b6 g1 diagonal. Oh man, I'm gonna die an early death. I guess the point is that there are probably multiple winning moves, which is why they couldn't give a full continuation. But what about this knight d4? Okay, this is -5. Queen c5, I saw it flash up. This is winning. I looked at queen e3 to break the pin, but then indeed bishop g5 wins. But I missed queen c4. Oh, queen c4 is so annoying. I didn't see this. I didn't see queen c4 as a way to defend. I mean, queen d3 obviously does nothing because you just play e5 and you win. But queen c4 is very smart. Did not see this. And to be honest, somehow I'm getting some like flashbacks to of missing queen c4 in the past as well. Maybe I got up to this queen c5 and I missed queen c4, which means my calculation ability hasn't improved in these positions much, which is not a surprise. Which is not a surprise because I don't play the style of chess. I genuinely think if I had to play this style of chess, I'd be capped at 1800 or something. Queen e5 and it's -7. Like, I don't know how you can put -7 on that. That's ridiculous. All right, let's see how impressive chat are. Let's get amazed. Ah, putting baby in the corner is a reference to a film? Okay, fair enough. Dirty Dancing. Nice. Again, ignorance is bliss. Actually, no, ignorance would have helped there. Intelligence, wisdom would have helped there, right? So maybe ignorance is not bliss. After knight g3, h3, h3, bishop h2, rook h2, king g1, queen b6, threatening e5. Fantastic, Josh. Good job. I think that was engine top move instead of this knight d4, rook d4. Queen b6 here. Fantastic. Fantastic find. Yeah, and I guess it's just like out of harm's way, right? There's no queen c4 that hits the exposed queen. So very nice. Pretty sure knight g3, h3, h3, bishop h2, rook h2, king g1, and then castles queenside followed by rook ah8, which is what the author was also saying, right? There's also saying bring a rook to h8 and you're winning. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing, guys. I thought after queen b6, white has queen e3 and can unpin with queen d3. I guess maybe it's the same idea with this bishop g5 if they play queen e3. Yeah, bishop g5. And probably then... Oh, but you're not winning anything here because there's a rook here. I mean, you can take with the knight, but then they can go back. Oh, and then you hit them with this discovered check. Yo, that's ridiculous. This, I was thinking if they go back, then we hit them with this. And this is pinned. Oh, but this is a draw. Shit. Okay, never mind. I just blundered checkmate in 3 and gave a draw instead. Yeah, this is just cancer. This is just cancer for me. I actually can't do this. Queen e3, I think e5. Queen e3, e5 here. But there's no pin, right? Oh, but the queen is hanging. Oh, that's so clever. Yeah, e5 looks winning to me. Knight d5! Oh my bloody god. This is ridiculous. Knight d5. Are you kidding me? Okay, Mark Decker said knight takes d4, which is kind of what I was going with as well. Welcome, Pranay. How is your Learn Chess with Pranay channel going, actually? Pranay, you know what? I'm gonna look you up and I'm gonna subscribe to your channel. I feel like all chess channels need a bit of support. Learn Chess with Pranay. Alright, 29 subscribers. Let's go. Let's make it 30. Let's go. Let's try and get to 100. You're giving lots of YouTube shorts with little puzzles. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. I like the little headlines as well on each of these puzzles. I like the colors. I like the different fonts. Yeah, it looks cool. Very cool. Maybe I'll even get these YouTube shorts on, once a week when I have an unhealthy binge of YouTube shorts. I really try and keep it to a minimum, but hopefully they'll pop up. Came at the right time today. Absolutely, Pranay. You definitely did. Oh, there's some knight a4 stuff. Yeah, no, this is just horrible. Oh man. Yeah, chat came up with both the h-file and diagonal wins. Yeah, fantastic, guys. Can I get a shout out? What is this favoritism? Just because I don't upload? Yeah, Tricky, you don't upload. You don't have a chess channel. Like, there's no comparison here. As I said 100 times, you should make a chess channel with Safsara and go viral. But you guys never listen to my advice. So, whatever. Let's move on. Okay. And Tricky, do you see the difference? Like, you write in all capital letters, demanding that I follow you, whereas Pranay, doesn't ask for a single thing, and then the karma comes back and he gets his reward. So, take this as some wisdom. Aggressive marketing does not work. Okay. So, we've got queen, rook, rook, queen, rook, rook. Bishop, knight against bishop, pair. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6. So, of course, bishop takes d6, pawn takes d6, knight takes d6 with the fork jumps out at me. The question is that actually winning? Again, would require some more calculation. Anything else to note about the position? Okay, the rook on f7 defends the bishop on d7 and the bishop on g7. The rook on a2 is hanging. That could be relevant in some random line. We've got back rank issues, potentially. But our knight and bishop are both secure. Although the pawn on b3 is not secure, so we do need to be careful. Now, of course, what's the plan? The plan is to try and win some material somehow. I think we can be ambitious with that, given we immediately saw this bishop takes d6 idea. So, bishop takes d6. Let's calculate that first, because I really don't see any other candidate moves that would potentially lead to anything as interesting as bishop takes d6. Like, we might find out there's a resulting move afterwards, like, I don't know, we need to play queen b1 first, and then bishop d6, something like this. But let's start calculating bishop d6. So bishop d6, pawn takes d6, knight takes d6. We have 2 pawns for the bishop. We are forking the queen and rook. Where will they put the queen? Okay, let's imagine that they grab up a greedy pawn. They take on b3. We then take the rook on f7. If they take back with the king, we go queen takes d7. However, actually the queen on b3 is very useful because they can take back with the queen. And then they stay defending d7, right? So I'm looking at bishop d6, pawn d6, knight d6, queen b3, knight takes d7, knight takes f7, queen f7. And they protect everything. So is this the finesse we were talking about? Like queen b3 protecting... Nah, but the queen's already on here. So what about just playing this? Oh my god, I was blundering the queen each time. I've got a bloody queen taking this queen. I want to die. Jeez. Okay, bishop takes d6, pawn takes d6, knight takes d6. Yeah, I just missed that queen was hanging. Bane of my life. Bishop takes d6, pawn takes d6, knight takes d6. Well, then that looks really good, right? Like, if they can't protect the rook in any way, then we just take on f7, we take on d7, and life is good. At least I spotted it, though. I mean, there's definitely a Chess Michael maybe like 2 years ago that would have not spotted this. So at least, you know, we're kind of accepting the fact that we're incredibly limited, and that is why we are able to be humble enough to pick up on our mistakes before we make them. Yeah, no, this just looks really good then. What is there else to calculate? What if takes, knight takes? Can they even defend this bishop? They can't even play queen b7. Because if they can defend their bishop, then we don't get this bishop at the end. What can they play here? Is there anything remotely testing? I don't see a single good move for them. I think this really works. I'll be really, really annoyed if I've missed something. So I've spent so bloody long on this exercise. No, I think this wins. This completely wins. Yeah, overthinking things. Bishop takes d6 and bishop c8 was played. That's a very miserable move to have to make. Yeah, cannot defend the bishop, cannot defend the rook. Okay, so that was like the key point, which I did manage to get to in the end. Shame it took so long. Yeah, I'm not even reading all those capital letters, tricky. Queen takes b3, then queen takes b3. Yeah, thank you, Peter. I'm glad I got there myself, though. Mick, you know I beat Madhav in 29 moves. I played like a 2200 ECF, apparently. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good win. I'm glad you guys are still competing against each other. Josh says, the bishop will hang in the end. So yeah, bishop d6 looks winning. Fantastic. Your guy Hunchu says, I'm working on excelling at chess calculation after your recommendation. Fantastic. I'm really glad to hear it. I mean, I hope that you'll pick up on some random tips and pieces, nuggets of advice from Argard. But the most important thing from the book, I would say, is the practice of calculation. And you will find it hard. There will be exercises that are just very difficult, but it's definitely an improvement to study this book over Argard's Grandmaster Preparation. The Grandmaster Preparation book is just like exercises, and if you calculate wrong, as I said in the video, it's not going to do your chess any favors. So definitely excelling at chess is the right one to start. Do you pretty please want to see the game? If you send it to Ponziani Master, I'll check it out, Tricky. I am intrigued to see how you guys are playing nowadays. Okay, let's... Oh my god, it's still 10 minutes to go. Oh, this is actually torture. Okay, let's keep it going. And appreciate you guys hanging around, staying for these exercises and solving them with me. Definitely makes this experience a lot nicer, so really appreciate that. Okay, Lasker against Buchholz. Wow, Buchholz was a player? That's so funny. Because you've got like the Buchholz tiebreaker. That's very cool. So yeah, what's going on? We've got Queen, Rook, Rook, Bishop, Bishop. Queen, Rook, Rook, Bishop, Knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6. So we are a pawn down. We have the bishop pair. What else is going on? Okay, queens are touching each other. We've got a pin on the g-pawn with the rook. Queen is in a very active position. However, it is vulnerable to the knight. It is also vulnerable to the queen and kind of a pawn. Very weird development over here. Bishop very bad. Rook very slow. Rook quite awkward. We've got some lack of developments as well, although this bishop is kind of strong, given it's got like actually some very nice diagonals it controls. King is exposed, but there are no checks. For white, what checks do we have? We've got a check here, 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 we've got a check here. Those are all of our checks. Okay, so, candidate moves. The moves are all that matter. Everything else doesn't matter. Focus. Okay, so... As we said, we've got Queen D8, Queen F7, Queen G7, Rook G7, Bishop H7. These are all checks. Our Queen is hanging though, so we do need to be aware of that. So I guess moving the Queen to a safe square is potentially a good move. Maybe like Queen G6 or Queen G5 can also be considered. But first of all, let's look at our checks. So Queen D8 check. Is that the most forcing? No, we've got even more forcing moves. So Queen takes G7 is the most forcing. Forces Queen takes G7. Then we go Rook takes G7, King takes G7, we've got nothing. So not bad. What about Queen takes F7? Queen takes F7, they have to take our Queen, practically speaking. We go Bishop G6, check, King G8, and again, we don't have anything. So then, okay, Queen D8 check. Queen F8 is forced. And somehow it looks so close to being winning somehow. Queen D8, Queen F8. If Bishop H7... Oh, King can even take. Because the Rook is discovered defense. Queen D8, Queen F8. Queen D8, Queen F8, Rook G7. If King G7, then we go Queen G5 check, King F7 forced, Queen G6 check, King E7, Bishop G5 check, And if they block on f6, we just take it with the bishop. That's completely winning, right? I'm not missing something there. Rook g7. King g7 is literally forced. Queen g5 check. King f7. Bishop f7. Bishop g6. Wait, hold on. Queen d8, queen f8, rook g7, king g7, queen g5, king f7. Oh, if I play queen g5, I can't bring the bishop in, right? So I did make a mistake. Queen d8, queen f8, rook g7, king g7. Queen g5, king f7. Bishop g6. Either king g7 or king g8 is played. For God's sake. Queen d8, queen f8, rook g7, king g7. Maybe I'm tunnel visioning too soon. I really don't know. I wonder actually if it makes sense to play queen d8, queen f8, rook g7, king g7, and bishop h6. Because if the king takes, then queen g5 is actually a checkmate. And if queen d8, queen f8, queen d8, queen f8, rook g7, king g7, bishop h6, and rook takes h6, then we've got queen g5 check, and the king cannot go to either of these squares. Shit, but they can move to a square like h8 where they defend the rook. Okay, we're tunnel visioning too hard on queen d8. Let's take a step back. So, what about rook takes g7? I don't know. Again, I'm getting distracted, losing focus. I mean, queen d8 has to be the move, but I just don't see how it wins. Queen d8, queen f8. I mean, surely rook g7 is winning. King g7. Surely there must be a response here, and I'm just blind. Blind as a bat. Queen g5 check, king f7. Queen g6. Why am I not able to see that? Queen g6, king e7, and then bishop g5. I didn't say that, right? I didn't say that, or did I say that at the start? I'm pretty sure I never said that. I mean, it's really unforgivable. I can't see this. Queen g6. Again, it's a problem of looking at candidates within a variation, but I just don't see that the move is possible. It's like seeing the queen b3 and not seeing that this is fair. It's just like it's crazy that people who can like do tactics well, they just can't comprehend how difficult it is for people who can't do tactics well. And it's just like when I teach my students, there's such a difference between players who just can see tactics naturally and people who can't. And it's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, they just like, just work on it and it improves. And it's like, it does, but like, you don't understand the struggle. You really don't. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's like so difficult for me to see that when I don't even know. And what I'm even doubting is, I mean, I'll have to go back and check the VOD, but did I even say queen g6? Did I even say queen g6 at first? Maybe I even saw this for a second and completely forgot. I mean, this is the level of... Did I even say this? Fuck's sake. Adrian confirms that I mentioned queen g6 first and totally forgot after. I actually want to kill myself. Oh my god. It's actually brain damage. I mean, what do I even blame it on? What do I even blame on? Like, do I blame it on genetics? Do I blame it on drinking alcohol in my first year of uni like an alcoholic? What do I blame this on? I mean, but the problem is this has always been here. Like, it's been here since childhood. What do I blame this on? I can't blame it on anything. I just have to live with it. It's just fucking bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we can't end on that. We can't end on that. We're going to do one more. These streams are a significant part of my calculation training. I'm so glad to hear this, Peter. I'm so glad that these streams count for something, because genuinely, sometimes I make these streams and I think I'm just such a miserable old git that it's just like, you know, why the fuck am I doing this shit? But like, I'm glad that it's got some use. Oh, Jesus. Damn, you missed his rook takes g7. Rook takes g7 felt so natural to me, but I just couldn't back it up. Well, I did back it up, and then I clearly forgot. It's crazy. It's crazy. Blame Pepe? Always blame Pepe. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's finish. Let's finish on a high. Okay, so evaluate the position. We've got queen, rook, rook, queen, rook, rook. We've got bishop, pair, bishop, pair. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're a pawn down. For a second, I thought that this was the same position as just now, because that was the same evaluation. But clearly it's a different position. Okay, what else is there to note about the position? Our bishop is loose on d2. The bishop on d7 is loose as well. There is tension between the rooks on e1 and e8. There is pressure on the h6 pawn of the bishop and the rook. There is some battery ideas of the bishop and the queen threatening some stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of tension on the board all over the place. Oh shit, I actually remember this one. Holy shit. So maybe Woodpecker does work. But I remember rook e6 being an absolute killer of a move. And I literally did not consider this as a candidate. But now considering all these factors, it does make a lot of sense. I seem to remember that there's like a good looking line here, which is like a red herring. And it just fails. I don't remember what it was. I think the red herring is that, you know, you want to play a move like this, but then rook takes e1 is like killer. So then you want to throw in rook takes e8 first, and then take on h6. But the problem is they take with the queen, you take with the bishop, and I think they hit you with queen e1 checkmate, which is something I missed before. So you want to play rook d3, rook e6, sorry, to completely clog up their counterplay, and then you know, threaten this bishop h6. So yeah, really nice exercise. Cool that I had some recollection of it. And you would hope that if you get a similar type of structure in a game of chess, that you'll be able to consider such an idea. So, yeah, bishop h6 surely, then rook takes e1, exactly. Maybe rook takes e8 first, but then queen takes e8, I don't see anything, boom, rook e6. But yeah, I definitely didn't see this the first time round. Yeah, there's queen e1. Oh, it's not checkmate, there's bishop f1. But then apparently it's lost after king g8, which is very mean, but apparently this is winning. Like, again, bollocks. This is not checkmate. See, I don't even see this defensive move. Okay, one final one. One final bloody one. Let's go. One final one. You know, I think actually when I played the Summer Prague Open and Dortmund Open in August, after doing 180 days of freaking Woodpecker in a row, I don't think I made any blunders in my 14... Was it 14 games of chess? 14 games of chess. The only game where I made, like, a significant mistake was my final round 14 of these tournaments, right? When I reached that fatigue. So, if I keep this up, I will reach a point where I'm not blundering. I really need to keep this up. Okay, let's go. So we've moved on to Capablanca now. I think an important lesson from the game is that once you've made a move, you cannot take it back. You really have to measure your decisions. No shit, Mr. Capablanca. I understand this fully. I think everyone does as a chess player. But whatever. Let's go. Queen, rook, rook. Queen, rook, rook. Knight, bishop, bishop. Knight, bishop, bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're a pawn up. My phone with chat is about to run out of charge, but I can still read. I'll catch up on the chat on Streamlabs. So okay, let's think here. What's going on? We've got bishop takes h3 is obviously a big candidate. You know, the knight coming in maybe is relevant. There's tension between the knights. There's also tension between this knight and the bishop. There's tension between the bishop and the knight. Nothing is hanging though. Everything is very well protected. There is some disconnection between these rooks. Likewise with my rooks. Generally with these attacks, you want the bishop to sacrifice on h3. So bishop h3 seems very, very reasonable. If bishop h3, they may not have to take it. If they take it, then we go queen takes h3. If they've got king g1 or bishop h2. Wait a sec, I am calculating before properly evaluating my candidate move. So I've got bishop takes h3. I've got g4. I've got knight takes d3. Any other important candidate moves? Focus, focus, focus. Look at everything. When I eventually get my queen on h3, I have some tension on this knight. That could be relevant. So for instance, if I go knight d3, queen d3, bishop h3, pawn h3, queen h3, bishop h2, I win the queen. So actually that's very, very forced. So let's actually quickly look at that. Knight d3, queen d3, bishop h3, pawn h3, queen h3, if king g1. Here I don't have this move because the queen can take. So maybe this is the finesse, right? Bishop h3, pawn h3, queen h3. If bishop h2, then I pick up the knight. And if king g1, then I've got queen g3. And I make use of this. Okay, I think that's it. And we finish on an exercise we actually got 100%. I forgot to check my candidate moves for the opponent instead of recapturing, but thank the Lord I didn't have to. I mean, actually, I want to solve that. Okay, let's just imagine. If we go bishop h3 and they play queen h5. Okay, my phone just ran out of charge, so apologies, guys, about that. Bishop h3, queen h5. I mean, at the very least, we can trade queens and retreat the bishop, and we've won another pawn. I mean, that should be winning because we've traded queens as well. This looks very good. So, okay, let's not be too harsh on ourselves. Let's put it that way, and let's very quickly check: is trading queens indeed good enough or not? Is queen h5 here? Wow, bishop g2. Why? Why wouldn't you just take this and just retreat the bishop somewhere? Okay, this is minus 1.8 compared to minus 2.8. Yeah, it's a bit of a difference, but why? I didn't even see. Bishop g2, king g2, queen h5, bishop h5. Oh, and the knight hangs. That's so nasty. That's so nasty. I did. Yeah. Okay, honestly, that's the best that we're going to get tonight. I mean, as you saw at the start of the stream, I was deeply disappointed, upset, and angry at my situation with Chessable over this, I guess, relatively small issue, but it's just on principle. I kind of feel a bit miserable about it. So given all of that, I think, we're doing pretty well to see something. Pranay says, I have an over-the-board tournament on the 31st of May. So this is going to help me, I think. Fantastic. Yeah, it really should. Rookie 6 is the type of move I want to do in standard. Wait, let me move chat a bit so I can read all of this. And then stand up right after moving it? That's crazy. Yeah, honestly, the power stand behind the board is like a crazy move. I've done it a few times. It's a pretty good feeling and has a pretty good effect. I don't think there's any rule saying you can't do it. Yep, bishop takes h3. Bishop h2, knight takes d3. Fantastic, Adrian. I was looking at bishop takes h3, king g1. I guess we just win a pawn. I didn't consider that alternative. Yeah, I can very quickly check this actually for you. If in this position they just play king g1, then we go knight takes d3, queen takes d3, and retreat the bishop. Indeed, we just win a pawn. Yeah, very good. Okay, guys, thank you guys all for tuning in. And yeah, sorry that, I'm so miserable all the time. But I mean, this is the point of these streams, right? Like, the fact is that regardless of what the fuck is going on in my life, I have to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday without fail and put in this work. So yeah, hope you guys can forgive me and hope you guys still found this a good educational experience. So thank you guys for tuning in and see you on Monday for the next stream. Okay, bye.